Sup flappers, welcome back to another video, and today, as you see it in the title and thumbnail, I want to help you guys understand what's going on with MiHoYo, changing publishers, right? Cognisphere, moving to Singapore outside of China, what that poses, what's the reasoning, and yeah, just generally helping you guys understand the whole situation a little better. And why am I even able to do this for you guys? It's because prior to me working as a real estate agent, as you guys know, I actually did work for a firm in China as a creative writer, as a screenwriter. Yes. Wow, Walrus. A man of many talents. Yes, I know. And let me tell you guys, all right, I worked there for about a year to 2 years, and some of the stuff that you try to do creatively, like just some of the restrictions, I mean, that limits what you're able to put out is, by the Western standard, of course, it's absurd. And I've mentioned this many times on my live streams. So if you guys want to ever know more about what I do personally and just backstories that's maybe not as closely related to Genshin Impact, my live streams are the best way to do so. I stream Wednesdays and Saturdays for sure, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just a quick plug, I don't stream on Twitch, I stream right here on YouTube, so you don't have to follow me on Twitch or go to any platform, just subscribe and you'll be notified, all right? So why am I equipped with the information to tell you guys what's going on here is because, like I said, I worked for a creative writing firm in China. We were doing screenplays and stuff like that. If you guys don't know what that is, that's pretty much scripts for movies and films. For my case, it was short films and some rewrites or adaptations for certain movies, right? And here's the thing. When I worked there, I want to let you guys know the truth is always between the black and the white, right? There's people out there who's made content saying, wow, this is so MiHoYo can run away from China's extreme censorship. On the other hand, there's also people saying like, you know, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything, and the game is still doomed for all the censorships and whatnot. And let me tell you guys something. Through my time living in China, working in China, and going through all these censorships and whatnot, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. There's no one like out there holding a gun to your head being like, if you post that Mona skin, we're gonna terminate you. It's never that bad, but at the same time, you do have this feeling that there are lines you just can't cross, and everybody is understanding of certain restrictions, and you absolutely have to be, because you just be wasting your time, right? It's not like I'm gonna be sitting here writing a 100-page screenplay during my work time and then submitting it for review, because unlike in the West, where yes, you can write whatever you want and then you can submit it for publishing, in China, prior to even submitting for publishing, you have to go through this government check, which is like you first submit it to the government, and once they have approved your screenplay, then you're able to submit it for publishing. Publishings won't even accept your work if you don't have that government stamp, and that's the most important process. And let me tell you, 95% of the screenplays or the creative bodies of work get stopped straight at the government. You won't ever make it past it, and they'll never give you that stamp. And this goes from anywhere to nuances in your writing, to the big picture, to your theme, to certain characters, right? And that's where Genshin Impact lies. And let me tell you, while MiHoYo is a privately owned company, they still have to follow the regulations of China. And why this is important is because just because they are moving offshores to Singapore, they themselves, the owners of the company, are still Chinese, right? Like just because, let's say, Alibaba provides services or has hubs outside of China, it doesn't mean that the Chinese government, it's like, oh, well, I guess I just lost all control of you because you are now operating outside of China. It's not that simple, people. So for people who are getting their hopes up saying like, well, now I hope that there are going to be less restrictions and censorships in the game, you know, I don't know what to tell you. It's unlikely to happen. There are strict regulations. I don't think this is done. I don't think MiHoYo has relocated themselves strictly for political censorship reasons, right? I don't think that's the case, and I don't think that's going to influence how the game proceeds at all. Because at the end of the day, there's still a huge portion of the Chinese population playing this game. And this was the same thing with movies trying to make it into China. Like, you want to take advantage of the population there, right? There's so many people living in China. You want those wallets glued to your bodies of work. How do you do that? Same thing. You have to make it past the government approval process. Now, a great company that does this fairly well is Disney, right? Disney, China doesn't need to let their people watch Disney stuff. The Chinese people don't craze over Disney products. They only do so because China allows them to do so. China allows Disney to broadcast their media in China. So, you know, the Marvel series and all the cartoons and whatnot. Yeah, and that's because Disney abides by the rules set by the government. So, in the case of MiHoYo, people are saying like, well, now MiHoYo can just give the middle finger to China and go do whatever the hell they want. No, they can't, because if they want their game to, at the end of the day, be playable in China, they have to abide by the rules. So for everybody who's like, this is a huge win for MiHoYo, they've gotten out, they're free. All right, just forget that for a second. Now, going forward, what likely does this mean for MiHoYo? Why did they relocate themselves outside of China? Likely, there has to be a reason, right? There's no reason people just pack their bags and just move everything to another place. And it likely has almost nothing to do with the game itself. It likely has certain logistic reasons that are more internal than external, right? So at the end of the day, I do think people are blowing this quite out of proportions for some people, and the hopium is as high as can be. I'm just telling you guys, golly, there's some people are just like, this is the saving grace. This is what MiHoYo, what Genshin Impact needed. And I think it just speaks volumes for the current state of the game and how people are so desperate for the game to do better, for the game to go in certain directions that they had hoped for, and currently they just feel like it's stuck, right? And any hope of it being something more, something not what it currently is going to send these people in a craze. But for the more logical of you out there who's watching, and especially watching to this point of the video, I just want to let you guys know, MiHoYo is still very well in the grasp of China. If you guys want to know more about this stuff, you can feel free to ask me during my live streams. I'm going to be going live later today. I'm going to be going live likely tomorrow because it's Wednesday, and I'm going to be going live on Saturday. So plenty of time to come and ask me if you want to know more detail. If I see your comment, I might talk about it in the live stream. But yeah, this is nothing too new, too special. A lot of Chinese companies actually do this, and in fact, my parents own Chinese company and they had to reallocate or open up branches in different areas. It used to be Hong Kong, but as you guys know, don't want to get too political, but Hong Kong has been going through some turmoil, and now it just seems Singapore is a great option. Southeast Asia has many countries as well that Chinese companies just prefer to set up hub over there. It's just easier overall. All right, so I hope that cleared things up for a lot of people. Changing publishers pretty much doesn't mean anything for the players. I hope I didn't burst anyone's bubbles, but hey people, it's better to live in reality at the end of the day, whereas if you're living in a dream, living in a hopium bubble, at the end of the day, that thing's gonna burst and you're gonna fall hard. And before you fly off, drift off a little too high, Walrus is here to try to burst that bubble for you while you're still, close to the ground. Now, with that said, doesn't mean Genshin cannot become a great game as it continues to develop. Remember, people, it's only been a year. I know a lot of people say that, but we got to give this stuff a lot of time. They have like a 10-year plan or something, and I'm really looking forward to what they have in store for us. All right, at the end of the day, let's just focus on what we got right now, which is Ito, and the next patch we get Shenhe, and we get a ton of new things as we move closer to Sumeru. We're gonna get a new element. There's a ton of things to be excited for, people. Don't let the negativity boggle you down. If you aren't enjoying the game, take a break. If you want to just chat with somebody, join a community, want to meet new people, join my Discord. With that said, thank you guys for watching. Again, going to be live streaming later today to summon for Ito, and then tomorrow probably going to be live streaming again to do some account reviews, all the good stuff. Hope to see you guys in those live streams, giving away Itos, giving away Shinhus, probably giving away a bunch of other stuff as well. All right, so till then. Peace.